We are back, Magnet Network Live. We are in the heart, the Distillery District, right here at the Spirit of York. You can hear the buzz in the room as people are connecting, networking, and we are here right now with Darian Kovacs. He is the founder of Jelly Digital Marketing and PR. As a leader in digital marketing and public relations, he has a focus on helping businesses grow through innovative marketing strategies. He also has a deep commitment to helping SMEs compete in a tech-driven economy. How's your day been going so far? What has been your biggest takeaway, Darian, so far?
That people are curious.
Yeah.
People drove here from Hamilton, other cities. They flew in here from right across the country, around the world, to press in and discover what is the best methods, models, what more questions can we ask about future skills and developing the future talent.
Let's talk about that. How can small businesses use digital marketing tools to keep up with larger companies in today's fast-changing tech world?
Well, I love that we live in a time when guy drinking cranberry juice on a longboard can get millions of views to we know what the term so demure means now all of a sudden, because we all have access to this powerful, powerful tool in our hands called a phone, which has access to things, publishing tools like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. And so the same large corporations like Coca-Cola and world brands have access to that as well. But with the right content, the right raw production, SMEs have an advantage right now. The world is looking for user-driven, user-created content that speaks to their heart, that speaks to what is happening right now. And without any red tape or bureaucracy, small businesses can produce content quicker, faster, and more relevant than some of these large corps.
I love that you used the term publishing tools instead of social media, because I feel like social media has become the bad word. And so this kind of upscales a little, TikTok, Instagram, all the things, by using the term publishing tools. Why did you intentionally use that term?
I think it's also to take away the intimidation factor. When you look at the history of the Gutenberg press, what it did for medical practice, what it did for political movements, what it did for religions, we are living in a very similar time when the media, like back then, used to be owned by the large church and large organizations and only in certain languages. And it was very difficult to get anything published.
Yeah.
But today, the Gutenberg press moment is the fact that large media, large corporations no longer own and control what people are consuming. And with people's access to mobile devices, people's access to streaming services, people's access to consume that data and content, we as publishers, we as content creators have the ability to spread our message, hopefully for good, hopefully to let them know about a product or a service that fulfills a need, or maybe educates at the same time. And so we have that ability to do it, and let's just hope we do it well.
Yeah. With AI changing the marketing landscape, what's the most important skill future marketers should be focusing on?
I think it's the same skill as always, which is curiosity. And I think staying curious about tools like HeyGen, which allows you to upload a minute-long video, and in turn, you can then create an avatar of yourself and or say a client or a business partner, and then you can create multiple videos in any language, saying anything in a very high productive way that takes low effort on the person in the video. Tools like ChatGPT are an incredible executive assistant. If you've never been able to afford one, a PA, you have one now, and it is powerful. It is awesome. But again, at the same time, it is like a Google on steroids. So don't expect it to be life-changing and generate leads. I think that's the concern about AI is people think, oh, now that it's here, much like Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. There's this concern that they think it solves everything, but it solves a few little things like editing work, some blog content creation, some video content, and it just really expedites it, I'd say, more than it actually does it all for you.
When you're having conversations with those who run small to medium, large organizations who are saying social media is just this other thing, like I can't take it on. It's a lot. It takes a certain knack. I just don't have the energy. What is your response?
I'd say there are two social media channels. So, and I'm going to call it media that you can socialize with.
Yeah.
So media that exists that you could do it right now. You could interact with that media on your phone that small businesses need to be on. And it does not include any of the ones that I think most people think. So Google Maps would be number one.
Yeah. Okay.
It's available on iPhone. It's available on Android. It not only, and my grandma uses this term, it not only helps you with being found and socializing and connecting and telling people about your business, but the second thing it does, like feeding two birds with one grain, it also allows you to rank higher in Google ranking. So a term called SEO or search engine optimization. It makes you findable.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be a face and dancing and singing and creating infographics for Pinterest, please be on Google My Business. It's completely free. There's about 23 amazing things you can do right within that tool, from uploading videos to coupons. But at least let your people know that you're there. You can get reviews. You can interact with the reviews. And the second thing would be is the only social media channel and media that you can socialize with that you actually own, and you own the followers and you own the contacts with, is your e-newsletter. When you think about LinkedIn, and I love them, TikTok, huge respect and love to all these organizations and Meta, you don't own that. They could change the algorithm tomorrow. They could shut down. There was an afternoon when Meta shut down all their things, right? It was, I don't know, someone accidentally unplugged something or tripped over, whatever happened.
Yeah.
But when you have your e-newsletter, you own those contacts and you can nurture them. So Cyber Impact is a great Canadian made. It's one of the only kind of Castle compliant email tools out there. There's other competitors out there, Constant Contact, MailChimp. But again, be careful about where that data is stored, right? We don't even know it's going to be in America, and we don't know who's going to run America soon. So Cyber Impact is the one to check out. It's totally free up to a certain amount of contacts. And just do everything you can to nurture those contacts, grow those contacts in your e-newsletter. And again, that's simply even just touching base once a month. Hey, I exist. Hey, feel free to forward this to anyone. Hey, just want to let you know this latest thing. And it can be super low touch, and almost less is more. Even if you just put 2-3 lines of text or an image or a video link, that's all you need to do. And if those are the only two forms of social media that you're on, that is enough.
Really?
Yes.
Because I feel like, the first thing people ask you is, how many followers do you have on Instagram? Like, how many followers do you have on Facebook, for those who are on Facebook? How much do you have on X? I mean, those are the ones that everybody talks about. And I agree with you with the Google Maps, but it's definitely not in the vernacular. It's not what everybody's talking about every single day.
And I'd say this on top of not just e-newsletters being the most crucial after Google Maps.
Yeah.
Because no one knows about it. It's not public. There's no vanity involved. There's no ego and pride. But it is the one place where you can nurture your past customers. And if you end up running Facebook ads or Google ads, you can actually upload those contacts into Meta and LinkedIn. And Meta can build a lookalike audience. It can find people who are like that and advertise to them. You can target your past customers. And really, you almost don't need to, because you already have the ability to reach them 100% of the time. But the other thing to be really cognizant of, and this is really crucial, and if you get anything out of this podcast you're listening to right now, is that in the next year and a half, and it's already starting now, is that we're in the time of silent social.
Describe, what does this mean?
So silent social is all those social media channels. So again, media you can socialize with that are things like, and you probably already involved with some, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, Discord servers. These are places that advertisers cannot reach. These are places that you and I, as representatives of our business, the marketing person, the owner, advocate for the business, can't reach. So we really need to be even shifting our mindset when it comes to social media, not about what is content that I own, but what is content that I can produce, and what is content that my fans can produce and represent me in those silent social channels.
What does that look like then for the future of business?
Oh, it means we've always talked about loyalty programs and the importance of loyalty. Those are more crucial and more important than ever, and personalized loyalty programs. So again, it's being able to not just be like, hey, you're a loyalty person, you get, it was quite shallow in a lot of ways, but it's going deeper with those loyalty folks, finding your super fans, empowering them with resources, graphics, tools, the ability to advocate for you on your behalf. We already saw this recently with a few elections. Those that empowered advocates to go out into Facebook groups and the silent social channels were ones that saw a huge shift and change within the polls. So being able to be a business owner, maybe you're a politician, whoever you are listening to the show right now, those channels are unseen and unheard and are silent to you and I, but they will continue to have a huge impact on your bottom line and the impact of what sort of movement or change you're starting to produce.
So if someone's listening to this today and like, I'm jumping on that silent social right now, what does that look like? What's the first step to make that happen?
One great tool that exists right now is called StoryTap. So really affordable tool that allows you to send a digital virtual director to all of your customers to say, please do a video review. But instead of just asking that and being like, text it back and it's going to be a, okay video, it actually prompts them with questions, tells them to answer the question in a complete sentence. It pokes them if the light isn't bright enough. It tells them if the sound isn't loud enough. And so you get these really highly produced, but again, not overproduced videos. We did one recently where we sent it out to a group of people, gave a little carrot of a $10 gift card if you did this. And we saw about 100 videos returned within a week. And then the cool thing about that, not only do you as an organization have great user-generated content, or UGC as we call it, but then the users can then also, the customers can then publish that video they created because it auto edits it for you. Again, AI, a little intro, a little outro, and they can publish it on their social channels. They can publish it in Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups. So that's one great tool. Some people are making Google folders, Dropboxes where they have a bunch of files and assets that they share with their super fans to be like, hey, if you share it this month, let us know, screenshot it, and you get entered into a draw to win X.
Thanks, Darian.
You're welcome.
You've just like blown my mind in so many areas, and there's a lot to look at.
I want to close with one thing: is the cookie crumb. Oh. So there was a big season where Apple was taking away cookies, and all throughout marketing and small business owners, we were talking about cookies. But if you think about Hansel and Gretel and kind of like the breadcrumb trail, right? I'm going to call it the cookie crumb. The reason you want to have any newsletter and that Google Maps, and again, if you want to venture beyond that, great. Yeah. But again, start with those as a foundation, is that you want to be able to have multiple touch points with your customer. They talk about 7 points of touch is what you need for a customer to consider you or to take you seriously or consider your service or product. So where are those touch points where you want to be? Mm-hmm. And it may be that you discover your customers actually hang out on Reddit a lot or Quora, or maybe they read coffee news, right? Whatever that looks like, find out where they are and be where they are and find that breadcrumb, that touch point so that they can be led to you and people like them can be led to you so you can find more customers to lead them into your business.
Amazing. Thanks, Darian.
You're welcome.
That was Darian Kovacs. He is the founder of Jelly Digital Marketing and PR.